Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to confront a question that is both universal and deeply personal. How many years do you have left? And this question is not meant to provoke fear or despair, but to inspire reflection, urgency, and purpose. It's a reminder that time is our most precious resource, and how we choose to spend it defines the quality of our lives. The title of this speech is a call to action, a challenge to evaluate where you are, where you're going, and what truly matters. The reality of mortality is one of the most profound and inescapable truths of human existence. It is the understanding that our time on this earth is finite, that each of us has a limited number of days, and that death is not just a distant abstraction, but an inevitable part of life. This realization can be unsettling, even terrifying, but it is also one of the most powerful catalysts for living a meaningful and purposeful life. Mortality forces us to confront the fragility of our existence and to ask ourselves what truly matters. At its core, the reality of mortality is a reminder that life is precious. When we recognize that our time is limited, we are compelled to evaluate how we are spending it. Are we investing our days in pursuits that align with our values and aspirations, or are we squandering them on distractions and trivialities? Mortality strips away the illusion of endless time and forces us to prioritize, to focus on what is truly important, and to let go of what is not. The awareness of mortality also brings clarity. It cuts through the noise of everyday life and helps us see what really matters. And we are faced with the reality that our time is finite. We are less likely to waste it on petty grievances, meaningless conflicts, or pursuits that leave us feeling empty. Instead, we are more likely to seek out experiences, relationships, and goals that bring us joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. Mortality also teaches us the value of the present moment. It is easy to get caught up in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. But the reality of mortality reminds us that the only time we truly have is now. The present moment is where life happens, and it is where we have the power to make choices, to take action, and to create meaning. By embracing the present, we can live more fully and authentically. The reality of mortality also underscores the importance of relationships. When we recognize that our time with loved ones is limited, we are more likely to cherish and nurture those relationships. We are more likely to express our love and appreciation, to mend broken bonds, and to invest in the connections that bring us joy and support. Relationships are one of the greatest sources of meaning in life, and mortality reminds us not to take them for granted. Mortality also challenges us to confront our fears. The fear of death is one of the most primal and universal human fears, but it is also one that can paralyze us if we allow it to. By facing the reality of mortality head-on, we can begin to understand and transcend our fears. And we can learn to live with courage, to take risks, and to embrace the uncertainty of life. In doing so, we can find a deeper sense of freedom and empowerment. The awareness of mortality also inspires gratitude. When we recognize that our time is limited, we are more likely to appreciate the gifts and blessings in our lives. We are more likely to notice the beauty of the world around us, to savor the small moments of joy, and to be thankful for the people and experiences that enrich our lives. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to fear and despair, and it can help us live with greater joy and contentment. Mortality also pushes us to confront our own legacy. When we understand that our time is finite, we are compelled to ask ourselves what kind of mark we want to leave on the world. What do we want to be remembered for? What values do we want to embody? What impact do we want to have on others? These questions can guide us in living a life that is not just meaningful to us, but also meaningful to those around us. A reality of mortality also highlights the importance of self-reflection. It forces us to take stock of our lives, to evaluate our choices, and to consider whether we are living in alignment with our deepest values and aspirations. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for growth and transformation, and it can help us make the most of the time we have. Mortality also teaches us the value of resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and losses, and the awareness of our own mortality help us navigate these greater strength and grace. When we understand that our time is limited, we are more likely to persevere in the face of adversity, to find meaning in our struggles, and to emerge stronger and wiser. A reality of mortality also invites us to embrace the mystery of life. While we may not know how much time we have left, we can choose to approach life with curiosity, openness, and wonder. And we can embrace the unknown, explore new possibilities, and find joy in the journey. Mortality reminds us that life is not just about the destination, but about the experiences and growth along the way. Finally, the reality of mortality is a call to action. It is a reminder that we do not have forever to pursue our dreams, to mend broken relationships, or to make a difference in the world. It is a call to live with intention, to take risks, and to make the most of the time we have. Mortality is not just a limit, it is also an opportunity to live fully, to love deeply, and to leave a legacy that matters. The reality of mortality is a profound and inescapable truth, but it is also a powerful catalyst for living a meaningful and purposeful life. But it forces us to confront the fragility of our existence, to prioritize what truly matters, and to embrace the present moment. It challenges us to confront our fears, to cultivate gratitude, and to reflect on our legacy. It teaches us the value of resilience, the importance of relationships, and the beauty of embracing life's mysteries. And ultimately, it is a call to action, a reminder to live fully, to love deeply, and to make the most of the time we have. The power of purpose is one of the most transformative forces in human life. It is the driving force that gives meaning to our actions, shapes our decisions, and fuels our resilience in the face of adversity. Purpose is not just a vague sense of direction. It is a deeply rooted understanding of what matters most to us, what we are willing to strive for, and how we want to contribute to the world. And when we live with purpose, we tap into a source of motivation and fulfillment that transcends the mundane and connects us to something greater than ourselves. Purpose begins with self-awareness. It requires us to look inward and ask ourselves the big questions. What do I care about? What am I passionate about? What kind of impact do I want to have on the world? And these questions are not always easy to answer, but they are essential for uncovering the deeper layers of our identity and desires. Self-awareness is the foundation of purpose, and it is what allows us to align our actions with our values and aspirations. Purpose is also closely tied to contribution. Many people find meaning in making a positive impact on others, whether it is through their work, relationships, or community involvement. And when we focus on how we can contribute to something larger than ourselves, we tap into a sense of purpose that transcends personal gain. This doesn't mean we have to change the world in a dramatic way. Even small acts of kindness or service can create a ripple effect that gives our life meaning. Another key aspect of purpose is alignment. When we live in accordance with our values and passions, we create a sense of integrity and authenticity that fuels our sense of purpose. This might mean making difficult choices or sacrifices, but the reward is a life that feels deeply meaningful and aligned with who we are. Alignment is what allows us to live with intention and to make choices that reflect our true selves. Purpose also requires a willingness to embrace uncertainty and take risks. It's not always clear what our purpose is, and the path to discovering it can be messy and nonlinear. It might need to try new things, make mistakes, and learn from failure. This process of exploration and experimentation is essential for uncovering what truly resonates with us. Purpose is not something we find, it's something we create through action and reflection. Another important element of purpose is curiosity. When we approach life with a sense of wonder and openness, we're more likely to discover new passions, interests, and opportunities. Curiosity keeps us engaged with the world and helps us see possibilities where others might see obstacles. It's a mindset that fuels growth and keeps us connected to our sense of purpose. Purpose is also deeply connected to growth. When we're committed to becoming the best version of ourselves, we create a sense of direction and momentum that gives our life meaning. And this might involve learning new skills, overcoming challenges, or pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. Growth is a lifelong journey, and it's one of the most powerful ways to stay connected to our purpose. Another critical aspect of purpose is building meaningful relationships. While purpose comes from within, it's often nurtured through connection with others. And when we surround ourselves with people who inspire, challenge, and support us, we create a network of relationships that reinforces our sense of purpose. Close connections can provide encouragement, feedback, and a sense of belonging that helps us stay grounded in what matters most. Purpose also requires a sense of gratitude. When we take the time to appreciate what we have, our strengths, our opportunities, our experiences, we create a foundation of positivity that fuels our sense of purpose. Our gratitude helps us stay focused on what's meaningful and reminds us of the abundance in our life, even during difficult times.